YouTube, what's going on? If you're new here, my name's Roger. I own a company called QVO Tactical where we make holsters and gear and also film content for this channel. In today's video, we are taking a look at something we built a while ago but kind of got put on the back burner. I'm talking about the CZ Space Blaster we built using a CZ P10F frame with a P10C slide, a Parker Mountain machine compensator, the new Streamlight TLR-9 weapon light, and the MRD V3 red dot optic from Atibal Sights. Now, as always, I like to tell you all how I go about getting these products in for review. A few years back, I picked up a CZ P10F and a P10C, both optics ready, from our good buddies over at Ventura Munitions. Ventura Munitions is a local store here in Vegas that I purchase most of my firearms from. I then ordered a Streamlight TLR-9 when they first hit the market a few months back, as well as a Parker Mountain machine compensator for my CZ, as their design sits really flush with the setup. You all know our buddies over at Atibal Sights, as we have partnered with them for our company Atibal Illumination. I talked to Jimmy with Atibal and told him about this pistol build, and he had mentioned that his MRD V3 red dot would be a great fit for the build, so he was nice enough to send us one over for us to use for the video. Thanks, Jimmy. Appreciate it, man. Okay, with all of that out of the way, let's get into the specs of this build. Now, I'm sure you are all familiar with our SIG P320 build we did using the Parker Mountain machine compensator. Well, after seeing how well that entire build worked out for us, I thought it would be cool to see it also done with the CZ P10 platform. I'm happy to say that the build came out pretty great. We took the P10F frame and put a P10C slide on top using a P10C threaded barrel in conjunction with the Parker Mountain machine compensator. This gives it a super clean recessed look that makes it all look like it's one solid piece. We also utilized the DPM system's recoil reduction springs to make it cycle even smoother, something you'll definitely notice in the range portion of the video. We then mounted the Atibal MRD V3 red dot sight, which has a nice size window that's a little larger than the RMR and just a bit smaller than a Delta Point Pro. Kind of a nice happy medium. A couple of specs on the MRD V3. It has up to 50,000 hours of battery life. You can get to the battery compartment without having to take off the optic. It has a nice crisp 3MOA dot, 7 brightness settings, and comes with a hard rubberized shield on top of the optic to protect it if it's dropped. It's also nicely priced at just under $300. It has the same footprint as the Burris Fastfire, so we ordered that mounting plate and it fit perfectly with the build and overall aesthetic. The last component of this build was the Streamlight TLR-9. I've really been liking the new stuff coming out from Streamlight. I think their new controls are hands down the best on the market. They're intuitive and easy to use. The light also ties in really well with the Space Blaster theme of this build. It's also nice having 1,000 lumens with a front battery compartment so the light doesn't have to come off when changing batteries, along with a price point of $130 when you buy it online. Alright, now let's move on to the range portion. Paul and I headed out to one of our shooting spots here in Vegas at about 11 p.m. the other night. Again, during the summer nights, we like to bring some studio lights out to the range and shoot at night when it's nice and cool. The first thing we did was record our first shots through the setup, so here's that footage now. Alright, I've had this set up for quite a while. I honestly don't remember if I've ever shot it when I did the first build on it, but here goes my first mag impression. Shout out to our buddy Talon Sai. So here we go. Good on the dot. Alright, I'm gonna just put 10 rounds on target and see how it goes. Stand by. Yo, man, it likes these 124s, dude. Dot stayed in the window the whole time, never left field of view. I dig it. Paul, you try it. All right, Paul, 10 rounds on you, bud.
Sounds good. That's awesome.
Crazy, right?
It's got very little recoil. I mean, the muzzle flip is tiny and the dot stays in the window, and it's just a straight push to the rear. And the TLR-9, man, this is my first time using it and I'm very impressed.
Cool. All right, let's do some more. And just to show you guys, this was my group after that 10 round first mag impression. And here's Paul's grouping, same target. As you can see, pretty in line with mine, actually probably a little better. I had a little bit of a, probably a trigger jerk down and left. What happened to that little flyer on the bottom right though, Paul?
I think that was my first shot. I just wasn't ready for what was going to happen, and then once...
Don't worry about that little guy.
Yeah, don't worry about that little guy.
Now don't worry, I know that it was difficult to see the gun's movement with that bright TLR-9 engaged, but we have plenty of close-up footage of the gun in action in this video. And speaking of close-up footage, let's get into the slow-mo portion of the video. We decided to load up a mag with 12 rounds, the first 4 rounds being 147 grain, the next being 124 grain, and the last 4 rounds being 115s. The audio of me speaking kind of cut out because of the blast from the muzzle after the first 4 rounds, however, the shots are still there for you to check out. Alright, we got Paul loaded up here with a 12 round mag. The first 4 rounds are going to be 147 grain Winchester Ranger. Go for it. Some 124s. Some 115s. All right, Paul, so out of the 3 different grains, which one did you like the most?
Definitely the 115s. They were super soft shooting. The 147s were a bit snappy though.
Okay, well, I'm gonna load 12 rounds up now and give it a shot as well.
Cool.
All right, so now that Paul did the slow motion shoot with the 3 different grains, I'm gonna try it as well. I'm a little curious because typically with the comp guns, like the 147s will typically be softer shooting, right, Paul?
Absolutely.
Okay, so in this case, Paul was feeling the 115s were smoother, so I figured I'd give it a chance as well. Here we go. Stand by. First 4 are the 147s. The second string is the 124s. And the last string is the 115s. I'm sure when I look at the camera footage, I'll be able to tell a difference, but honestly, I didn't really feel much of a difference between the 3 grains. But either way, that's all flat. I was able to track the dot the whole time. Now for the rest of the range session, we just ran a few drills. I did some shooting on the move to see how well I could track the MRD V3 while moving. I have to say, with how flat this gun shot, it was pretty easy to track the dot in the window of the MRD V3. I also ran some bill drills since it's one of my favorite things to do. Six rounds, 194, first shot, 106.
Got it.
Cool. Like always, we had a good time on the range. I'm happy to say that we didn't experience any malfunctions while out on the range, and the gun ran great for the 500 rounds that we ran through it. I do want to answer some questions that I know I'm going to get down below in the comments though. For those wanting to do this with a P10C frame and a P10S slide, unfortunately it will not work. We tried it out and I think it was because of the guide rod assembly. It doesn't allow the slide to go all the way to the rear. It's unfortunate because that would have been a sweet ED setup right there. Next thing is about the holster and mag carrier we were using. This holster is our secondary on the waistband holster wrapped in the bougie black checker fabric overlay. It can be found on our website qvotactical.com, and it comes with a belt paddle but also can be mounted to the Safariland QLS platform. The mag carrier that we were using is also ours. It is our AIO mag carrier. It stands for all-in-one. It has an adjustable retention piece to accommodate any double stack 9 or 40 mag on the market. It's pretty sweet, we really like it. It allows for the magazine to also be canted to provide quicker access to the magazine when performing reloads, and it also comes with multiple attachment methods from Molly lock to tech lock, or even inside the waistband clips. This too can be found on our website. Well guys, that's going to wrap up this video for us. We appreciate everybody checking it out. Thank you again to the support from Ventura Munitions and Atibal Sights. Companies that support us like them allow us to make these videos for y'all to check out, so thank you. If you like the video, please give us a thumbs up down below, as that does help out the channel. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing because we post new videos every week. And if you want to support our content even further, check out that Patreon link down below. Our Patreon squad, our Patreon members, they get first access to new content, new gear, special discounts, codes, and giveaways. They too are a huge reason why we can keep making these videos for y'all to check out. As always, thanks for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one. Six shots, 189, first shot, 105. Can you see that?
No.
Take 57 million. Dear Maria, count me in.